Yeah.
Why is it like that? Because it's nature. You can't even remember some of the relationships you've been in. Think about this, bro.
No.
We got here wilding out. You can't even remember how it felt and nothing. You all forgot some of their names. They forgot your name.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't no substance most of the time. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You're just doing something. You're just doing something. You know what I mean? So ain't no foundation built. And I like what my sister said the other day. You know, she was just like, she said that we got to get these children something looking forward to as well. So, like I say, man, it's a beautiful thing, even with the struggles. You know what I mean? If you stick together, see, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, cooperation. Cooperation, man. Communication.
That's right.
I mean, all those things, man. I mean, that's, excuse me, that's just something that's needed, though, man, in a relationship to keep it good. You know, so even if you're upset, have the conversation. You know, get it on out.
Yeah.
And then rip the Band-Aid off, and then just you can go on from there. You know, just be what you need to be to one another. That's pretty much the whole sum of this whole thing. You know, we know what the other person needs, and we're paying attention. They know what we need if they're paying attention.
That's right.
We just have to not be selfish and just offer it up. Offer ourselves up, you know, really with no hesitation. You know, just offer ourselves up, you know.
And don't let nobody, you know, something I want to say, you know, when you share these intimate moments with your husband and your wife, you know, be very mindful of letting other people speak into your relationship. You know what I mean? Because some people mean well too. It's not that everybody mean bad or whatever.
Right.
Some people mean well, but they got good intentions. But sometimes that even makes things worse.
What they say, the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
That's right. And then, you know, it ends up magnifying the problem. Because, you know, we always want to talk to somebody who kind of relate or understand. But you got to really be careful, pick and choose who you talk about. And cover your mate's faults. You know, it ain't cool to get on the phone.
Say that again, man. Say that again.
Yeah, cover your mate's faults. Because, you know, it's not cool to get on the phone just because we don't have an argument and, you know, a disagreement about something. But we love each other to go calling, you know, your relatives. And some of them may not even like your mate from the beginning. So it's going to magnify it. So see, they ain't going to never forget. See, they ain't going to never forget what you said. But see, you going to eventually forget. Mm-hmm. So because some people be like, leave them. You know, leave them or whatever.
Yeah.
And some of the people who's speaking on it may not even be married. So they don't even understand a marriage.
Or maybe just had a bad marriage and don't really have good views on marriage anyway.
Right. So, you know, people are either too extreme where they might have been, so they speaking from their own reality.
And
you know,
everybody does, right? Everybody does.
That's right.
Everybody speaks from their own reality. You speak through life. You write in your book based upon your own reality. Everybody responds upon their own reality. Hey, how do you feel about marriage? Based upon their reality, that's going to be their answer, right? And their answer is going to be different depending on who you ask. So you can say, well, marriage is good. Yeah, if you talk to a lot of people that has a bad view of marriage, I mean, marriage is bad. Well, marriage is bad. But if it's good, you'll think it's good if you talk to a lot of people that have a great understanding. Hey, marriage is work, but it's good. Right. Marriage is, it's a job, but it's a good job because because we're all working at jobs anyway, right? Whether for ourselves, whether for somebody else, we're all working. Right. So why not put the work in with your marriage, with somebody again that dedicated the rest of their life to you? Sickness, like you said, and in health.
Right, like you said, and tears ain't always sad, because just like tears of joy, just like a lot of people, when they get married, they cry, right? Man and woman. Those are tears of joy.
Yeah.
And just like, you know, even in a relationship, you know, you might, this not happened to me before, like, you know, you give some flowers and your spouse, she cries. Those tears of joy. And if we can practice that more instead of making each other sad, you know what I'm saying, we have a wonderful situation. And I'm going to say this, bro. Me and one of my bros always talk about this because he's been married too. He used to tell me, he said, it's no substitute, because I'm speaking on children now too. He said, it's no substitute being in that house with your child and rearing them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, we do the best we can, but every day, bro, I miss my baby. I miss her.
Oh,
and
bro,
no man
I miss
can
my
love,
son all the time, man.
No man can love my baby. He can love her, but no one can love her like I love her. Now, it's just, me and her mom not together. She's a great mom. Shout out to her. I
Shout out to the great moms out there in the world.
Man, we got to, like I said, because I remember that, man, that umbilical cord, the doctor told me, bro, that if my daughter would have stayed in that womb another week, she wouldn't even made it because the umbilical cord was going to wrap around her neck. So again, that was a gift and a mercy from God. And like I say, that's a blessing. This woman chose to even allow, me to even have a child. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to, because it's their body at the end of the day. So, but I just want to say it's no substitute for that. So if you can hang in there, we spoke about this stuff before, but some stuff just like you say, when it's bad, get too bad. But if you can work it out, and if you can hang in there,
yeah,
man, by all means, man, stay in that marriage, because sometimes the grass ain't greener on the other side. Everything ain't what it seems, and you're going right back to that wood pile. Like I say, how Farrakhan said, we all messed up in some kind of way.
Yeah.
So this might be satisfying to you. But what about this? You know what I mean? So, man, appreciate your spouse. I can't say that enough. Appreciate them. And it's small things, It's not the big things all the time. Appreciate who you have, man, because then there's somebody waiting too.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's a cat on the corner waiting, waiting for that Facebook update. Singer, she's singing.
hey, you seen that? You remember that movie? Why Did I Get Married? You mentioned that earlier. You remember the other part when the guy, he started messing with her because they ended up getting married, and the other guy he was hating because he was going for the looks with the other chick. And they didn't turn out like he thought it was.
Yeah, old girl broke him.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, we got to be mindful of what are we marrying these women, and I'm speaking on men too, and women, but especially men, because, we got to be careful and mindful, when we marry a sister, we got to think about the future. This going to be the woman having our children. She's not going to always have this Coke bottle shape if you looking at that. Just like we not going to always be cut up or whatever, if you work out.
Use a lie. Yes, I am. I'm going to be cut. No, I'm just playing. I'm cut up like some lunch meat, baby. I'm just messing.
Hey, Shelton, you see the old couple, going in the store, trying to help each other out.
Yeah.
Like my homeboy say, you need somebody to take care of you.
You're right, man.
Not gonna always be.
But that's funny though. You think of those lines though. Then I think if we put that kind of mindset out there and encourage people to think on that level, marriages will last a lot longer because you're not looking for one thing or the other, and then you're not looking at and you're not laying up having a baby with an irresponsible person. Whether that's the male or the female, right? Because you look a little bit deeper than that. You saw, that person's kind of irresponsible on the little things. Baby might not be what we need to have. But if you're paying attention to those things, then you can see that being mindful and being aware of your situation and your surroundings and who you're dealing with. Or are you just mesmerized by how fine she is, how pretty she is? You don't really see the other part of it. And the same thing with the guys. Hey man, these baby daddies out here or whatever, right? Okay, why? Why? Did you not see, or did you think he was going to be responsible, and then all of a sudden he flipped on you? Or did the irresponsibility show some signs, and you just ignored them? Because, again, we rather focus on the good. We rather see the good. We don't want to think that. But the reason why he don't deal with her, because she's just mean and negative as a baby mama, not because he want to be irresponsible. Until you find yourself on that end.
That's right.
Of one of the people that decided. Now again, started off good, looked good, felt good, everything was good. So I think, man, if we do ourselves that favor and really just do a little bit of research and a little bit of, reconnaissance, if you will, on the kind of people that we laying up with, unprotected, having these children with. Right?
Right.
And because, again, the children suffer, man. The children suffer behind this right now. The children suffer a lot, man, because they get in two different ways of thinking. And then they get in a conversation about, well, how bad he is, or a conversation about how bad she is, rather than just how good you are as a kid. You know, the only time it works out on when it's two-parent household around the holidays, when the kid get a Christmas over here and a Christmas over there. They love it then.
That's right.
But for the most part, though, man, they sometimes it's a little bit on the kid because they don't really know what to say and how to say. And then you talking about input and advice and stuff like that. If you and the baby mom's not communicating, you really don't have a lot of input in that kid. You know, and what's going on in his future stuff, because it's not going to really be let's sit down around the table and have a good conversation, you know. So sometimes that's hard, and I know, and I'm telling you what I heard, I'm telling you what I know. Sometimes that's hard to deal with, because, again, as much as you want to stay within that household, as you said earlier, and be with your child, sometimes, brother, you just can't. Sometimes you just can't, you know, and no matter what, and you know the consequences, you know that you're not going to be there, even though everything in you wants to be. Sometimes, man, you just can't. You know, and no matter how good you want it to be or think it's going to be, man, some things are what they are, and I commend those that go above and beyond, right? I commend those that really try.
I'm gonna say this, bro. Even when my marriage, you know, it failed, you know what I mean? Hey, man, I was crushed. You hear me? You know what I mean? And the reason why I was crushed, it was for many reasons. You know what I mean? Because my ex-wife had boys already. They weren't my biologicals, but I was tied to them. You know what I mean? And so I'm looking at it from a bigger picture, because not just me and her, you know, just the love between me and her, and then my child. I'm looking at it from also the aspect of, you know, trying to break that cycle. You know, because a lot of us, all we see is single parents, you know what I mean? And I was trying to break that cycle. I didn't grow up, you know, seeing, you know, my mom was never married. My father has never been married. And that's not to say anything bad about my parents, because I love them, you know. Cause they had me when they was young. They was just teenagers. So, you know, I knew from reading and, you know, other stuff like we talk about, from slavery and all this stuff, I was trying to break that cycle and build it. So when it fell, you know, from different reasons, we was younger, and both of our faults, you know what I mean, that I felt crushed. See, it was deeper with me, not just, man, I'm walking away, I don't care, you know what I mean? It ain't nothing to me. And I knew that. Bro.
I feel you.
Right. So, but I will say this, like I say, where you at now is not where you'll be later.
Yeah.
We have a healthy relationship, you know. And that question came up. That's another thing, like you say. That's a difficult question. How do you answer that? Your 8-year-old daughter asking you about, you know, knowing that you know you and your parents was married and what happened. That question. So,
and you have to tell them the truth. You know, sometimes people just don't get along. Sometimes, when you find out what you're really dealing with, you have to make a decision, even though it's a hard decision. Sometimes you just have to do what you have to do and still be involved in that child's life without the interference of the other person that's upset. Right. So I mean, I think just having that honest conversation with them, because I think sometimes, man, when people stay in relationships and pretend that they are good and they're really not, you teaching that child how to fake it till they make it. I'd rather, as you say, that y'all separate, get out of that household, then have a viable relationship as not with the confines of being in a relationship. Then that child can see two adults benefiting for, you know, I mean, coming together for the benefit of their child.
Right. But then, you know, kind of like what you're saying, you know, you're dealing with a child, you got to be real careful with how you tell them the truth, because you don't want to tell them the truth where it's making them feel some type of way because of the other spouse, you know, so you got to know what they know. So I had that conversation. And I was trying to make it go away because it's not no textbook, you know. Every time me and my daughter rode, you know, in the car, I pick her up for a minute. You know, we passed it now. And she say, Daddy, you and my mama was married. I was like, yeah, baby, we was married. And she said, what happened? So I'm thinking, like, I said, what did your mama tell you? And my mama told me something real nice, because I don't want to say nothing how they lied or whatever. Say,
Yeah.
when my mama said that you had moved and you had got a job, well, some of that was true, but she just. I said we're gonna go with what your mama said. So
yeah, what she said.
Yeah, and she had to get some kind of answer, and then when she gets older,